doing a quick gum chewing video game pickup and kind of just a short little ramble. You can see what this game was from the screenshot, but I picked this up off of eBay. Now I own this game, but it's greatest hits case and disc. It's missing the manual, and the disc is very scratched. It works, but it is very scratched. And I saw this copy on eBay for about $5 to $7 cheaper than normal, especially the condition this is in. So I'm like, I gotta buy it. So I did, and it's Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. I believe I did this on a video game cover art review. This is a cool game. This is probably the best. Admittedly, I didn't play a lot of Mystery Mayhem and Scooby-Doo Unmasked, but I played a ton of this, and this is probably the best of those three that came out during that era. I'm not counting. They had a couple, I think one or two. I think they were on the PS2 and the Wii, and they might have been on like the handhelds, but it was like Scooby-Doo First Frights and Spooky Swamp or some shit. They were both, they were like younger at that point. I might actually pick those up. Like I said, I was talking about picking more Scooby-Doo games up because I like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's timeless, you know. And it's like I own this one. I have Cyber Chase, and I don't know if it's mystery. I think it's I don't know which one it is, but it's a dual pack. It's both on one cartridge for the GBA, and then I have the other one. I think it's Unmasked is the other one. I don't know. But I have three on the GBA. I have the one on the N64, the one on the Super Nintendo, this one, and I have the Game Boy Color one. So I kind of want to get more in it. I was mentioning picking up. There's that noise. I was mentioning picking up the one on the DS. I think it's called Who's Watching Who, and someone had commented and said that was one of their favorite games. So on the DS, so I was like, all right, that's cool. So I'm gonna probably pick that up at some point because I do have a DS I can play it on. That one also came out on the PSP. Fortunately, I don't have a PSP. I'd love to get a PSP again. Cool handheld. I kind of wish I had one, but whatever. But this one is excellent. Obviously, you play as manual's in great shape. The disc is in good shape as well. But you use Scoop in this, obviously, and you run into the gang and stuff. Shaggy's around the most. Actually, now I could do next time I do a video game manual reading, I could actually do it of this because you get a little bit of a story there, and nice color manual as well. There's another one as well that I could do a reading of there, a little blurb. It tells you the levels in here and stuff. It's got Mystic Manor. That's like almost like the hub that you go around from. Smuggler's Cove, Haunted Grounds, winning the game. And then there's advertisements for the the first Scooby-Doo movie. And there's a scrapbook. I saw the first one, the live action one. I don't think I saw the second one. I remember thinking the first one was decent, and the casting was actually really good. They did a good job casting all the characters, actually. But like I said, this is in really good shape, especially for the price. Admittedly, the one I had gotten at the garage sale, the other one I had was like $1, but actually it might have been 75 cents. I think I may have gotten it when I had gotten Lord of the Rings 2 Towers for the GameCube and 2 Sly Cooper games. But yeah, games. I talked about this already, but the one on the Genesis is the one that's like, I don't say the holy grail of Scooby-Doo games. It's not like it's overly pricey. You can get it for like $50 to $60 with just the cartridge. Like if you have it complete, it's like $150. But that one was really cool because it was like a traditional point-and-click game where you had all the options at the bottom, like push, get, pull, all that shit, use, and all that stuff there on the bottom. And you'd play different mysteries. I don't know how many there were. My friends and I used to play. My friend has it still, actually. We used to play his. We would just hang out and play it. But that's a really good one. They had a bunch for the PC. I think they were like learning games. But there's a Genesis one I'd like to get. That DS one. There's a couple. I think Unmasked is also on the DS. They actually made a 2. I think they were on the GBA for the live action movies. So if anyone's played those, let me know how they are, because those are extremely cheap. I have the one on the Super Nintendo. I need to get Mystery Mayhem if I want to do that, and Unmasked. I did own Mystery Mayhem briefly, and then sold it. None of them are overly expensive. Like I said, the most expensive one is the one on the Genesis. And that, like, I can get like $55, which is not cheap for a cartridge-only game, but it's not overly expensive. Like, it's $500 if it was like, even if it was like, and I'm not even saying I would still get it right now at 50 or 55, but if it was like 100, I'd be like, no, I'd be willing to kind of, because it really is a cool game. But if I'm buying that at that price, I need to immediately get that thing and put it in the system and play the damn thing. Like I said, this one's really good. It's the best of the platformer ones that I've played. The GBA ones are kind of cool too. It actually is. It almost fits 2D better than 3D, even though Night of Hundred Frights is really good. But man, the Scooby, like the classic Creep Capers. I really am doing that. I'm like saying the first word, but then using the second letter of the second word. Classic Creep Capers is on the GBA and the Nintendo 64 and the Genesis one. Like, they are made, like Scooby-Doo is made for that kind of style. Like, either a completely traditional point-and-click game or a game where you have more control over your character and you do stuff, but it's still kind of point-and-click type game. You have to still find things, gotta hide, and you gotta find things, gotta use, So it's more than, it's not a platformer like that. And in that game, you use Shag and Scoob, but for me, that's like what they should all be, Like, I think the one on the Super Nintendo is decent. Scooby-Doo Mystery. But it's a standard platformer, and it's not, it's cool, but it's like, man, you want to play it where you're like, it's a mystery, you're searching the environments for things, you're avoiding whoever the bad guy is at that point. Because they usually use, I think the Genesis one and Classic Creep Capers uses classic villains from the cartoon. I'm surprised they never can, like, I just can understand why, like, the ones on during the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era were platformers, because people were eating that shit up. Platformers were coming out, and there was a lot of good ones. So that would sell more than a traditional point-and-click game, I have to check if there's any on Steam. I don't think there's anything on Steam related to Scooby-Doo. I don't know. I just like Scooby. I always have. I liked it when I was a kid. I think the show first aired in like 1969. And it's like, I feel like everybody everybody's kids, like, since that came out, would watch it. You know, I watched it, my friends, kids now will watch it. You know, it's like, it really is kind of a timeless show. But yeah, I want to pick up more games. I mean, like I said, I don't need to go nuts. Like, I could think of, let's see, I mean, Mystery Mayhem, Unmasked, Who's Watching Who, the Genesis one, that one's just called Scooby-Doo, I think. Or maybe that's Scooby-Doo Mystery as well. You know, and maybe like the Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 that were on the Game Boy Advance. Maybe those. I have to watch some gameplay of those, I think, unless any of you watched it. You know, comment how you liked it, if it sucked or if it was cool or whatever. And of course, give this video a like, please. It does me well with the algorithm, but yeah, those are the classics, some of the classic guys you'll encounter. This is a really good one. All your favorite Scooby-Doo voices, including special guest stars. It had a nice look to it, that game, too. It's a nice art style. But anyway, yeah, that is a quick pickup of Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. This is the PlayStation 2 version. This is the cheapest of the three, regardless of what you get it at. The GameCube's the most... Actually, I think the Xbox one might be the most expensive of this one. It came out later, I think, on the Xbox than it did on the GameCube and the PS2. And the other ones are not... You can get the other ones for like maybe $15 to $25, depending on if you're looking for disc only or complete. But yeah, thanks for checking this out.